What's up, everybody? So today we're going to do another full house cleaning to test vacuum cleaning performance. This time I thought I would feature my Hoover Concept 1 U3335. This is one of the lower end versions of the Concept 1 that has the manual rep cord, then the automatic rewind cord, like the U3319 of this variant. You can tell this is a newer Concept 1 because it's got the handle switches instead of the single button to mostly guide the transmission into neutral. Then you have the main power switch along the back here. This one is the one with the handle mounted power switch, and this obviously is your switch for your self-propelled to turn it on or off. This is, for the most part, almost going to be the same as when I did the cleaning performance of my U4219, which that one's the non-self-propelled version, because it's got the same high-performance motor with the power surge, but this one draws 7.2 amps, which is about how much a Hoover Elite from the 90s would. But if anyone remembers, the U4219 draws 6.4 amps. So part of that 0.8 amp draw has to come from this self-propelled transmission. And so here is the brush roll that's in it. It's the 4-brush Quadriflex with orange brush strips. Very soft bristles, but and many people know these Quadriflexes come with these nice brush roll stiffeners along the back to keep the brushes all nice and straight when they hit the carpet. And I do believe these Quadriflexes perform fantastic. And another thing I'm going to try out, which is new for me owning these concepts, is the bag I'm running in this, because I ran out of HEPA Type A bags at the time. I am actually running a Kirby Micron Magic cloth HEPA bag. Surprisingly, it fits in place perfectly because the end of the fill tube is long enough for it to slip on. So if this is going to be a success from here on out, I guess I'm probably going to be running Kirby bags in these concepts from here on, the Concept 1, 2s, and Power Maxes, because they fit on just fine, so I'm not wasting any precious, rare HEPA A bags. So we're going to see how it differs in like filtration and stuff with the Kirby bags. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all fares out. So with that said, let's go ahead and get to full house cleaning. Minor nuisance due to cord length. I got to plug into the middle of my room to do the first vacuuming clip in one take. But with that said, we'll go ahead and turn the self-propelled on, and we'll go ahead and switch it on. what a fantastic cleaner. The one thing that does take some getting used to, and this I would attribute this to any self-propelled Hoover, the transmission on this is very snappy. It propels forward and backwards very fast, sometimes a little bit too fast. And there is a little bit of adjustments I need to do on this transmission because this seems to propel more forwards than it does backwards. So I probably need to readjust the cable. But grooming action, this thing grooms and agitates fantastically. I love the cleaning action of these Quadriflex rollers in these. I mean, and the brush strips, the orange ones, to my knowledge, in these concepts, the orange ones are pretty much your standard brushes. There are some white brush strips available, and those are a little bit longer than the orange strips. And I got a Quadriflex with white strips on my Concept 2, so maybe one of these days I might have to test this with that. But for right now, these orange brush strips actually work surprisingly well. They definitely groom well and agitate well thanks to these stiffeners. So let's go ahead and continue on. While the cat scampers away because she knows that I am now doing the vacuuming in the downstairs area, let's go ahead and get to that. All right, we're all finished with the full house cleaning. Using one of these old Concept 1s, I will definitely say the transmission does have a learning curve, and I believe that's on all Hoovers, whether it be Concept 1, Power Max, Power Drive, Hoover Wind Tunnel Self-Propelled, or even the Hoover Dial-O-Matic Power Drive. All of them have a learning curve with using the self-propelled transmission, particularly because the transmission on these are mounted on the front, and whereas other vacuums that are in the self-propelled market, Eureka's back in the day, and especially Kirby's by the 90s to today, all of their drive transmissions are in the back. So I do see that those are a little bit more easy to control since they're on the front, or excuse me, the rear, than these being on the front. I mean, the way I look at it is the difference between a front-wheel drive self-propelled lawnmower and a rear-wheel drive self-propelled lawnmower. The front-wheel drive is not as easy to control than the rear-wheel drive. And further to that, the rear-wheel drive has a lot better traction than front-wheel drive self-propelled, but I digress. Another thing I'm eager to see is, do Kirby bags make a good alternative to those who want HEPA cloth filtration? So we're about to see just how well that fares out. So as we look inside here, definitely some pet hair mixed in, but a lot of fibrous material as usual from the downstairs rug, and a lot more towards the top. But I will say these Kirby bags perform very good on these, and they fit surprisingly well because of the fill tube sticking out far enough so that these can just slide in place without issues. They don't hold on very well, but they do work pretty well. Would probably do a little bit better if I had like a spacer in between to enlarge in the fill tube, but Kirby bags will fit these Hoover Concept 1s. So, as I tuck this thing away, we'll go ahead and wrap up the video. And as usual, hope you've enjoyed the full house cleaning of the Hoover Concept 1. Be sure and stay tuned, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.